But the point is that if you are intentionally and consistently bending the game in your favor by purposely getting the rules wrong or saying, oh yeah, I have a plus 12 to my acrobatics check when you only have a plus 8 to cast it. Like, don't do that. Next up on the list is not playing collaboratively. Obviously, if you're cheating and metagaming, you're probably already not playing collaboratively. But this goes even further than that. Some people will start their D&D game and imagine it as a solo experience, or even worse, a competitive experience, where they need to prove that their character is the best and most powerful and way better than all the other characters at the table. Rather than cooperative storytelling, which is what Dungeons and Dragons is, we're all working together to tell an amazing story, help each other out, share the spotlight, and weave beautiful narratives. Instead, one player is bossing around other people, telling them what to do, making their character way more powerful than the others, shutting down their turns, talking over everybody, and just ruining the experience for everyone.
One of the most insidious forms of not playing
Nice.
is when another player takes it upon themselves to boss the other players around and tell them what to do in their turn, and try to play their characters for them. Sometimes this is done with a positive intent, with one player trying to help out another player, and they might view themselves as coaching them. But I've routinely encountered this time and time again. I've even encountered this recently, as Kelly and I have been trying a lot of other games that aren't Dungeons and Dragons recently, and had other players telling us what to do on our turns. And I've had to reply to this and say, I'm trying to learn this system. Let me make my own decisions for myself. And so, it happens a lot, and it's a really careful thing, because I know for a lot of people out there, there is a genuine want to help instruct other players and help them learn. I've been that person
Time
before
to
myself.
act.
But my experience, someone who asks
I body and kill my sword.
what to do
Rain
on
outlines
it's not a
fate. Rain heaven.
unless
I swear by my sword.
Surrendering will be gentle. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock.
Every time that I suggested action that felt like it fed into a finance or as far as suggesting a spell that I could cast on my turn, another player would totally out and then instead we were going to do
Come a little closer.
After 4 or 5 sessions of this happening, I ended up just saying, sorry, I'm torn and politely stepped away. I remember a session where for a few goblins, they hadn't spotted us, and I went to see spell and tried to
Witness the power of good one.
and other players said, no, you can take them if
Barbados.
by submission.
You're in for a little shock.
No, you don't do that. Take them.
Blitz.
My turn's next. I'm going to run it over.
Try not to enjoy this.
Too awkward. Like, I'm gonna yard, so I ended up saying, okay, I shoot it with my crossbow instead.
No, my sword.
Before damage in front of me. Okay. So, that actually
Time to
that
act.
experience.
Let me leave you a verse.
Constantly and learn every action and a suggested warning.
You're in for a little shock.
Persuaded away into something, shut down, and I eventually, for a while, I didn't play a bard again. I do think conversations can happen up to the table that are beneficial. Yeah, you don't want to take away from another player. Sometimes you might be the leader of your group, and some people might look to you for ideas on what to do next.
Yeah.
That's a pretty normal thing. In our group, I actually remember one time telling Joe and Jill that I thought that they should take a front seat on some of the narratives. And they do from time to time, but I do remember them both saying, we kind of like having you as our leader, and we like listening to your ideas and then bouncing other ideas around.
I find very similarly as well. Oftentimes, in a group, I might be someone who likes to discussions and to talk about the different ideas. possibilities. I also have to remind people that I'm brainstorming and making decisions. I think within any group,
Motion to compel.
naturally falling back into goal.
Surprise!
Part of leadership is listening to others.
So as long as you're presenting that leadership role and saying, here's my plan, what you guys think, speaking to other people, I think you're doing okay. Don't start saying, no, your ideas are terrible.
Let the magic begin! Stefan, our bond is strong!
No, we're not doing a cool idea. That's when you start getting
Incinerate!
A
Strike
leader
the flame!
self-giving or fostering. Related to playing collaboratively, but a very distinct issue from, saying, bossing around with other players.
Motion to compel!
To buy into the campaign.
Wow, poor lady. She got ragdolled.
There's a lot of different ways that this can manifest. From lone wolf players who try to go off on their own, or to the type of character that says, why would my character go on this quest? I have that. And all of these stuff.
I've heard stories of groups of players that are completely failed against
Incinerate!
venture from. Because the DM presents something like, we'll arrive in town and a bunch of people are being bitten by something, who knows what it is, oh, my vampire. There's a creep castle on the hill that has moved over for centuries. Nobody comes up there. And then the players go, alright, well, we're going to go look first. And we're going to spend the next 5 sessions there. And the DM's like, oh, okay. It felt pretty obvious that the DM wanted you to talk to the town and eventually go up to the castle and fight the vampire. Instead, you've gone a completely other direction. Mind you, a lot of experienced DMs can navigate this and twist it back around. But generally speaking, I think one of the things that all players should expect in a D&D campaign is to buy in to the narrative that's being presented. We talked about this as being a little medicated, but in a good way.
Out of my way! Be a me!
Castle, I present
Busted. Things are about to get dicey.
that's one of the
Quietly now.
players. The best thing you can do is
For your
let's
arraignment!
figure out if anybody comes in. No matter no, you just bought into the adventure. Go in the opposite direction, or worst of all, say, I don't like this town. Let's go look somewhere else. Let's find a new town. And you're actually derailing a narrative that's being presented. That's not good.
As a player, it is your responsibility to bite down on the front. When the bait is dangled in front of you, take it. My response when a player decides to go off and kill lone wolf and say, nah, I'm not going to go to the dungeon with the rest of the party. I'm going to stay in town and try and talk to the Peace Guild. My response is usually, okay. Your character goes off and does that. Your character sheet. Alrighty. Here's a blank one. Roll up a new character that wants to go to the dungeon. And that is part of your responsibility as a player. Leading a character that is willing to go on the adventure and work with the rest of the party in a collaborative manner. There's another more extreme form of this with buy-in, and that's when Dungeon Master presents
I've been waiting for that.
Fun's over.
broad campaign concept,
Get with me!
laying out
Around!
parameters campaign. Maybe they say,
Invisible
we're going to be
evidence!
playing Versus Rock, we're going to go really dark fantasy. Here's the Ravenloft campaign setting. I really love it. I'll make characters that really fit the team. And then a player shows up, time-traveling, plasmoid pirate, always wisecracking jokes and making fart noises.
Dissipate!
That is a character that maybe in the right setting could find a way of making that work.
There you are then! The magic begins!
City player really doesn't
Here comes the cash!
know that I had behind me. Pull up something. Just one doesn't have to stop. I was up to the campaign, and I'm a player response by
Motion to compel!
so that makes the player.
Pardon me!
It also might just not be the right thing before that.
Busted.
But I think this is why Section Zero's are important. If the player says, I have this idea of this public classical character, I really don't want to play them. DM says, I'm prepared versus strong, I really want to buy in on the dark horror tropes. then you two have to agree. One thing that I would do as a DM is say, listen, I love the idea of the character. I want to do the Gothic Horror campaign. What if the next campaign I do is a wacky Spelljammer campaign where your time traveling plasmoid would fit right in? And you negotiate these things. There is also a chance that during session zero, the DM says, I want to use a straw, and the player says, I want to play a time traveling plasmoid, and the DM says, love it, let's go.
I wanna try out my AI. I not won't be.
Set. Now for her hydroblue choices. We're looking for catalysts with perspective. As for excellent top choice. Present. Only to red mark. Accent. As a second. The more and it's from the next one is the having is there are I said first I for magic side. Second has and the wondering where is but it is it's a less option. So it's Not recent. Yeah, I really. This room is all set. I'm going to be starting. Agado or Barbaro. I'm having Hydra application. Potential Hydra application. Oh, Hydra. Hydra. Awesome. Sharing.
If you ever want to trade tactics, I'm always ready. It's hard to remain on dry land for so long. Could never quite seem to get my land legs back. Cold beer after a hard day's work. Nothing like it. It's hard to remain on dry land for so long.
Damn, it's so
Seem to
awkward.
get my land legs back.
Well, then, let's go. And so, into the sessions, smooth out this one.
Power that ended life! Drop your weapons! Hands rocket! Lightning! Sheriff bomb! Shields is lit!
So how to get this
It's been killed!
on sort of the
Here come the fireworks!
never get
To be honest, pretty cool character idea. Want to play that character and speaks to that character as well. So I think it's idea. Our company campaign.
Stand down! Justice will our bond is strong! Eyes on me! Fire hazard!
Other characters
Lighter, please!
very particular idea of like,
Stop right
I
there!
must play this character next.
Dissipate!
My experience with
I'll settle this.
Marvel, the story of how it is more satisfying.
Fuse is lit!
Character, very strong action.
Sort of carrying on with the collaborative play,
To ashes!
Spotlight.
You asked for it! Fire hazard!
Always trying to keep the center of the other opportunity to shine or shed the spotlight.
Go bishop down!
I think what
Drop your weapons!
elements to have the final people's heroes. Fail and forget for someone damage and resolve stun.
Stop right there! Lightning terrified! Our bond is strong!
Watching the role-play moments happen at full discussion of the important tips that kill
Power that ended fight! Hands where I can see them! Stand with me!
Able shine is actually and although
Fuse is light!
I also feel that
Final warning!
bigger moments where the episodes don't and get
Out of my way! Time for a light show! Didn't count! Stop right there!
Sure you're sharing the
Here comes the fireworks!
Damn, didn't mean to do that.
You asked for it! To ashes! Final warning!
Damn, that was super weak.
Both sides of like old land just really interesting.
Shower me with praise! Let the world come alive! Don't be scared! Right now, right here, right now. Nothing lasts forever. Emerge, right here. Emerge.
Can't see? I'll uproot you!
Inner style and their way of life. Experience.
Hey, go away! Stay back here!
Well, that was entirely my fault.
Let's nip that in the bud.
Time to shine! Right here, right now. Right here.
But that made me realize that both of them have the same fundamental issue. Both spotlight.
It is interesting that steal the spotlight and there's kind of a gray area where you're actually buying it like full, but you don't want to push it too far. I know that Joe, our name, is kind of on that. Like, when commenting on Jackson is going south and spotlight is together. I know a lot of the social. My sorcerer is the face of the party. It's going a lot of talking. That's knowing your party role. And as long as everybody is kind of above the fact that these are the roles that you're filling, you still can party face and a lot of fun. And also let your other join in on the conversation.
It's about sharing the spot because you remember, and this is where like if you are anxious over self-reflective person, sometimes go opposite way, like are never allowed to be in the spotlight because anytime you are in the spotlight, that means the spotlight comes. And I'm here to tell you that's not necessarily the case. The spotlight exists. It is part of the way the give up playing and learning how to share the spotlight, enjoy the time they spend in the spotlight, and then give that over to another player is a skill. It's literally like sharing the spotlight, holding the conch with spotlight hogs. It might be beneficial to have like some kind of physical representation. Like I am holding the ball right now. I am holding
Right now.
I'll uproot you!
Let the world collide! Right here. Right now. A sight to behold. Emerge. Right now. Right here. Don't get him, Uruguay!
I hear everything.
Don't be scared! Yoo-hoo! Emerge.
Can't see? Right. I'll uproot you!
Right now. Right here. Emerge.
I'm actually okay with
You're mining echo in song!
One with the force. Just two.
Church.
Joe, what are you up to? I'm just making sure everything's okay.
Uruguay, you're up!
Watch for things. That's what I'm saying. Don't worry about see exactly what I want.
for that sharing the spotlight is a skill that both players and the dungeon master can.
I've seen enough.
As a DM,
If I kept trying, I just need to be a little better at survival with that team,
pointed at somebody else. So
as it's actually pretty much genuinely a powerful team.
I want to know what this player is doing, or what this player is doing.
Ah,
And so the skill in the spotlight was
I don't believe it.
problem player behaviors that a dungeon master with the personality of the spotlight hog can mediate to some extent, thanks to the fact that they are like they're the dungeon master and they put the spotlight on the player just to check in. And it's also something that a player is in there can go, I want to hear what Kelly thinks. I want to hear what Joe thinks. Oh, skill.
Now, on top of all of these other elements comes another major issue that we see in tables, and that is not respecting other players' boundaries. This one is probably one of the most important rules not to break, and if you want to have a good and fun group, make sure that everyone at the table understands everyone else's boundaries. Or making light of topics that might be sensitive or triggering for other players, uncomfortable or unsafe environment. One thing that I want to say about this is that every table is going to be different. And so it's very important, once again, session 0 really help out with this. For everybody at the table to agree what they're comfortable with. One table might be comfortable with Game of Thrones level shenanigans, where another table might be okay with Lord of the Rings level shenanigans, and another table might want to play My Little Ponies The Adventure. All of those are okay if everybody at the table knows what they're getting into. And
we can do
some
this!
of the table wants to play at a certain level and certain
I've been waiting for you for ages!
people are not okay with that, then you need to figure out where the lines are and make sure that it's a safe environment for everybody to play. If certain people shouldn't be at the table or my group, that should be figured out at session 0 rather than a scenario where there's people. Something.
I'll say for myself, years plus.
Yeah, I think I want to fully invest in this team.
One hand, a number of times, I've had a player uncover content that was happening.
It's dang powerful.
Every instance I have seen, my play experience, where someone's boundaries are crossed, not realm happening. I think the social dimension there's I'll talk about those instances. There being a right by free or gross content or by something shocking. My experience, and I'm only speaking for myself, that's rare. More often, it's the boundary crossing. Somebody making a wanted advance on another player. Somebody even passive or evil to another player or monster. Somebody pulling
Wait for my
out
signal.
substances that other people on the table are uncomfortable with being around.
Time to broaden the horizons again.
Aggressive, unwanted sexual attention and unwanted substances.
May knowledge
material,
guide you.
otherwise be brought to the table. Much more about the social dynamic than anything that occurs in the character or the fiction. Most evening players work,
Whatever would you do without me?
Yeah,
but it's really uncomfortable when someone starts making unsolicited
I knew you'd miss me.
patients like players.
I'll lead the way.
Not here for
Follow me.
when someone starts being aggressive and taking their anger on other people at the table. It's one thing to boss people around the table, it's a whole other matter entirely once name calling and aggressive yelling starts. Now, every discussion around boundaries in role playing games is often overly fixated on things like content warnings and like making sure that everyone is okay with content. That's super, super important. You should absolutely make discuss and make safety. Games recommend using things that are safe. Otherwise,
Committed to memory. The Temple of Wisdom. I'll protect us. Come a little closer. Come a little closer. My. Ready, steady, go! Forward Amber, go! Surrendering. Committed to memory. You're in for a little shock. Blitz.
And this is for your own
This makes me really. Go, let's dance. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. You've been committed to memory.
The rule that we live by at our people is quite simple.
Come a little closer.
That it is
You're in for a little shock.
I would say those comments.
yeah, this feels way nicer.
Marvel.
I'll stick to this.
Discussing.
Might be nicer if it were Coco Meter instead of Barbara, though, I wonder.
General suggestion for anybody there, especially if you're joining a new group, is we'll make a passive vertical. Especially in public play or convention play, it's basically never yelling, physically threatening, and name calling and insulting other players or the dungeon master is utterly unacceptable. Any context, unless you are like really, really close friends, and that is the context of your relationship with your player. And you should absolutely discuss with the group what your tolerance level is around any sort of, whether it is alcohol or other substances which are legal in Canada but not necessarily. You should discuss whether those things are welcome in your team. Not bring them, and that whole better not beg forgiveness than ask for permission thing. Ask for permission.
Next up, we have arguing with that. This includes especially lawyer. Constantly challenging the dungeon master's decisions or rules is going to be a problem at the table. Dungeon master gets the final
I don't have
say
Jean anywhere in the part
on all of
in
the
my
rules.
setups anymore.
This also comes in with a bit of metagame. Just because you might know the rules of the game doesn't mean that you as a player get to decide how they are going to fall at the table. Dungeons and Dragons, the rules are always a little wobbly, and every dungeon master gets to interpret and use the rules as they see fit to tell their narrative. When the dungeon master states that a rule is going to work a certain way, it's not okay. Like, well, I understand that the rule is this, so it should work that way. Just because it works that way at your table doesn't mean it works this way at the dungeon master's table. Again, session 0 helps with this, but if the dungeon master says, yeah, you drink a potion as a bonus action, you don't get to say, I don't like that. At my table, there's natural rules. You drink it as an action. Well, at this table, it's a bonus action, and that's the way it's going to be, because that's what the dungeon master wants to do.
One of the worst things I've ever had a player say was, okay, I was running, I would. And I'm just like, you know what? It's fine. It's rude. Talk about it after. They don't. Okay, that's just not. It's disrespect. It's okay, check the rules. Okay, ask a quick question for clarification. But constantly challenging every single masterpiece. Do you feel like you that might decide that you're not like you're and the Dutch master are just not the right and you should probably this is a thing where it does require a little matching players can. Some players want type based experience. Again, Shin Zero helps with that.
I have, as a DM, asked for help with players if I'm trying to remember. That's okay, but if the dungeon master doesn't ask for help, don't give your opinion on it. I have had Monty at my table, and I might say something like, what are the rules for darkness again in this situation? Which Monty tells me this, and I go, well, thanks, let's run it that way.
I know for myself, I have definitely things. You can move it however you want, but I would have. And I feel pressing that, I feel discharged. Definitely said that before, you know, that's why I mostly
You're 17.
yeah, and you know what? That's why I mostly run the game. Because I just know about myself. In general, I like to run it a particular way. And at a certain point, when things being done one way, then you should get on the other side of the damn screen. So I mean, the worst form of this really, and being very specific, my definition of not when you're advocating